Welcome back to the introduction to grade 9 chemistry. I hope you haven't been too bored while you've been off. I've been renovating my bathroom, so this should have been online already, but it's disappeared, so I'm redoing it. Basically, the ICANS disappeared. It's on your outline, so a little glitchy here, but we'll get through it. Blue slides, remember, you don't need to know. The interesting thing about chemistry is the word seems to arrive to us through Arabic from the word chymos, which actually came from Greece, moved back down through Arabia, and it means juice or sap. Alchemia, which led to alchemy. And in science, most words beginning in al, alchemy, altitude, algebra, they're all Arabic words. And so there's a great deal of history from the early Arab empires in chemistry. Now, let's take a look here at an early chemist laboratory. H. Kunrath, his Amphitheatrium Sapientiae Aeternae, his theater of eternal thinking, or as his wife would call it, his man cave. Look at this. He's got his iPods. He's got a vape. He's got his bed and tunes, and he's got some books and games. So it's a pretty happening place. You can sort of see that they surrounded chemistry with a heck of a lot of mysticism, and that led them to really not much. All these ancient symbols were tied to properties of things, and really just a waste of bloody time. And a few of these symbols still persist today. You got Mars for men, Venus for women. And because they were all about metaphors, they just got lost into it. And so medieval alchemists tried to tie ritual, mysticism, religion, and chemical behavior into some grand scheme. They got lost in their metaphors and similes and theory, not observations. Three great obsessions emerged: turning lead into gold, making an acid that would dissolve anything, called the alkahest, and a potion for eternal life. Of these three, we can now do one of them and are on our way to the other. Can you guess? Which one do you think we can actually do if we want to? Now, here's a classic example of what medieval chemistry was like. The symbol for man is that of Mars, which is also the symbol of iron. Men are like Mars, warlike like iron, hard but corruptible as iron rusts. Women are like Venus and copper. Both are whose symbol is from the Ankh. They are like Venus because they are loving, like copper, soft and bendable, but also like copper, incorruptible as it doesn't rust. Yeah, it's great poetry, but you can't make an airplane using this kind of chemistry. The Ankh is originally ancient Egyptian, and it symbolizes life. Scholars have noticed that it nearly matches the shape of the thoracic vertebrae, and that the symbol may have originated from this. But you get the idea now that a scientific method of investigation cannot be based on symbolism and mysticism. One of the interesting things about the Ankh is in that culture, they believed that the soul inhabited the spine. So carrying a vertebrae from a loved one was not uncommon. Now, modern chemistry, we want to base our evidence on observation and the creation of a theory based on those observations that lead to predictions which can be tested. And there are two basic kinds of observations: quantitative and qualitative. And we're going to study two broad types of chemistry: physical and chemical. So two kinds of observations and two components to chemistry. Qualitative observations, we describe a quality. It's big, it's heavy, it's hot outside, he's tall. Nothing bugs me more when someone says, Kaladi, have you seen Jake? What's he look like? He's tall. Well, who isn't, to me? You can't say that. He's tall. There's like 3 people in the school shorter than me. So you can't agree on this. Quantitative, you go, it's 30 centimeters long. It's 10 kilograms, right? It's 30 degrees. His height is 200 centimeters. These are objective numbers measured against a universally established standard. Okay, so we'll continue on in just a moment.